Hello, we've got a treat for you today. We've got Stuart McCorkadale from Great Escape Games,
Hello.
and he's going to talk about his brand new Dead Man's Hand
Yes.
edition. So, what is Dead Man's Hand?
Yes, well, back in 2010 or so, Mark and I decided to do a skirmish game about cowboys, basically because we love cowboy films. Um, I grew up in Canada, so we're obviously steeped in that sort of genre of cinema. And Mark is a huge cinema buff, and westerns is one of his favourite genres. And we just got round to watching loads of westerns together because we'd collaborate and we'd like spend a weekend together, and we'd end up, you do some work, you have dinner, you watch a film, and we were watching loads of westerns. And then we just started talking about, well, why aren't we doing a western game? Because we love westerns, and we'd played western wargaming before. And then just decided to do it ourselves. And I think the real inspiration was a lot of the new movies as well, because, as I said, I grew up with the Hollywood tradition and the spaghetti western tradition. And then in the 90s, you had this big Hollywood resurgence of movies. There's great movies from the 90s, and it's continued as well. And I just love recreating that sort of gunfighter atmosphere. It's really iconic. Everybody can envisage the dusty road with the buildings either side, and people just shooting each other at close range.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
And there are loads of really great action scenes. So if you watch, my favourite one's Open Range. If you watch the action range, that's the
Kevin
best
Costner,
one.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's
the
the one.
shootout at the end.
The shootout at the end. It's a really long shootout. It's back and forth. People are getting filled with bullets. And it's just a fantastic scene. And when we watched that movie, Mark had watched it before when I watched it for the first time, and I said to him, that's what I want to play. So
you think that theatrical feel is translated into a game?
Yeah, that whole cinematic idea. Because the Old West doesn't really have, there's not a lot of historical gunfights in the Old West, really. So Dead Man's Hand draws most of its inspiration from movies, from cinema.
Excellent. So this game's been around a while. You're doing a new edition.
Yes.
Why are you doing a new edition?
Yes. Well, it was out in 2013.
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, and we've done 8 print runs of Dead Man's Hand. And we just thought, I think when you play over that period of time and you get loads, obviously thousands of other people playing, and they give you feedback and ideas, and you learn a lot about the game as you play it, especially from other people playing it. And I think we figured out loads of ways to improve it. So it's a great game, but we thought we could make it better. And we thought this was the right time to make it better. I think 10 years is long enough.
That's quite impressive as well. Well, very impressive.
Yeah.
So what's changed rule-wise, the core of it?
Actually, very little. So, I mean, in a way, this is kind of like edition 1.5.
So if you're already playing it, you wouldn't play it. You wouldn't be an unrecognisable game.
You'd pick it up instantly, and you'd say, it's like there's a deck of cards that comes with Dead Man's Hand that's integral to the game. To how the whole game works, and we've changed some of the cards. So some of the cards in the previous edition were probably a little bit weak, and so we changed them. There are a couple of other little tweaks, like how you form your little gang of men. You can get there are different ways of different character types. There are a couple of tweaks to rules, but nothing major. But what we've done is added stuff as well. So we didn't really do a lot in the first edition about stagecoaches, livestock, civilians, all that sort of stuff. So there's a whole
trains. Trains.
You've got to have train eyes, haven't you? And we didn't really do much. What we did in the last one was we put that into scenarios, but now we put it into the core rules and fleshing it out a bit.
Got to have trains.
So you can have really well-defined scenarios. And what we always said with Dead Man's Hand is we love when people do their own scenarios. So it's kind of like giving you just the little tool bits, a toolkit of scenario building.
A bit more of a hand.
So yeah, we filled up that toolkit quite a lot.
So if you've already you go, whoa, I'm terrified. I've already got miniatures and books. Do I have to bin it all, start again?
Yeah. Well,
how do existing players adapt to this?
Everything's compatible. So
you can still use your figures. You don't need to bin them.
You can still use all your figures.
You don't need to bin them.
They're lovely. You painted them. They look wonderful. Please don't bin them. Of course, with a new edition of the rules, that will supersede the current edition of the rules. I mean, if you're playing Dead Man's Hand right now, like if you bought it 3 months ago and you're playing, keep playing.
Yeah.
Keep playing. And then eventually, when you want to come and look at Dead Man's Hand REDUX, you know how to find us. But I think if you're an existing player, and you've already got all the miniatures and the books, yeah, you keep playing with them. I mean, we are going to update the books, so we're going to release, after Dead Man's Hand Redux releases next year, we're going to release 2 books to follow on, which will kind of supersede the existing 3 books.
But yeah, it's just not going to cancel you playing as soon as it comes out.
No, of course not.
That's cool, because that's always a fear that people have. So what have you got? What's new? What's in the campaign? What's the core of it?
Okay, well, the main thing is the big box game. So we're releasing Dead Man's Hand Redux as a big box game, which comes with your rules, cards, markers, your plastic figures, and also your plastic buildings. I think probably most people have heard about the plastic buildings.
I don't think they have.
Maybe not. No. So we decided, proper hard plastic.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the Westerns are a dusty town with buildings. That's iconic, and so we had to do. I think to kind of give new gamers and existing gamers like the complete experience. I love the idea of thinking, oh, I'd like to get into this game, but there's a lot to think about. Like if you're getting into a game, you've got to think about terrain and so on and so forth. And we wanted to like have it all in one box so that you could open it up, glue it all together, and get playing.
So we're thinking films, then it's basing on that theatrics, and it's not just a couple guys on a desert mat. You know,
absolutely.
And that's why it's cool that you've got the new rules now for, say, the civilians and livestock, because that all builds that really nice looking town that you can shoot each other in.
In the scenario rules, in like all the scenario setup, when it talks about how you set up your gaming table, we talk about building the set. So you're dressing
it's a set.
like a movie set. Yeah, it looks cool. So,
oh, that's awesome.
And within that Kickstarter campaign, I mean, there's that big box, but you'll also be able to get the buildings separately, the rule book separately, etc.
So it all comes in a physical box as well.
All comes in a physical box, yeah.
And you haven't done that before.
No,
you've done sort of bundles and things.
Well, we did do a couple of Dead Man's Hand starter boxes in the past few years. Just really, we were kind of experimenting with that, because that was all to aid the build-up to this big edition with plastic buildings. So this is our first really big, all-encompassing
game in a box. Yes, that's what we need. Yes. So if you're coming to this brand new and you get the game in the box, what sort of price are we looking at?
£90.
That's it.
£90 on Kickstarter, yep.
And that's everything you need to get started.
Yeah, that'll give you
anything additional.
That'll give you all your buildings, all your figures, all your rules, everything you need.
And then obviously, if you want, you can add extra bits on if you want to make a mega town or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have loads of stuff to add on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's loads of stuff in the store now.
Is there any little secrets, anything that's going to be happening during the campaign? A bit quirky. Well, yeah.
I mean, part of the Kickstarter campaign is we do have a sort of an early bird thing, where if you buy in the first 48 hours, you get a free character figure. Nice. This is a new character figure, but we haven't designed any stats or abilities for him. So we're going to ask like the community on the Kickstarter to feed us all the ideas for this character. I think when you see him, then you'll be able to form ideas of who he is and how he plays,
so
which will be a little bit of fun.
Community sort of thing, rather than just going, here's a guy.
Yeah, we're also going to do that with the box though as well. So I've described the core box that's there. Hopefully that's not the finished box. Hopefully through the Kickstarter campaign, we're going to add more stuff that will be permanent additions to the box
for everyone.
Set, for everybody. There will also be a Kickstarter edition box. So the people that are really supporting us on Kickstarter, we want to give them a little more. But they'll all be in the stretch goals. So yeah, we're kind of building the starter set. Yeah. We've got the core starter set and we're saying, well, let's add a little bit more.
That's using Kickstarter as its purpose.
Using Kickstarter for its purpose, because we hope we've got another plastic sprue that we'd like to put in the box set, but we can do it within the parameters of the Kickstarter campaign if we hit the stretch goal. Yeah. At the level that it's at.
You just need to recruit many cowboys and girls along the way.
And that would be cool, because you'll have your existing box with your existing scenery, and we're adding an extra plastic sprue of scenery.
Nice.
Which will add to that building the set idea, that whole sort of game in a box idea.
So it's really something that everyone can sort of get behind, get as many people involved, and it gets everyone a bigger, better project.
Oh, totally.
Product. Who is this game for? Who's it for?
Well, it's for everybody in wargaming. I mean, this is
who's gonna love it?
Dead Man's Hand is a skirmish game. It's skirmish gaming. you only need maybe 7, 8, 9 figures to play. So it's really, really accessible. I think if you're a fan of like the fast-paced skirmish gaming, especially when it's not serious. I mean, Dead Man's Hand is not a serious game, because you want to be there saying, "Oh, you're a varmint, I'm going to gun you down," or "You won't be laughing when you're all shot and dead and dying." And you can do that. Obviously, it facilitates that because you draw that from the Western movie genre, and it's just fun. It's fun and it's light.
So people who enjoy fun.
Yeah, people who are
and
fun.
And if you don't back,
if you like
you're
miniatures,
someone who hates fun.
If you like miniatures and you like fun, it's for you.
Awesome. When's it launching?
The Kickstarter launches October 26th. And you can find all the details on the website. Before
payday there as well. Yeah. How long's it on for?
18 days, middle of November.
Quite long. So that's a nice chance to get all those unlocks in then.
Oh, totally.
And it's a nice time to get it all.
And the thing is, this is the campaign from launch to delivery in our planning right now is quite short. So we're launching October 26th. We finish mid-November. We deliver in April.
Wow. Maybe even at Salute.
Maybe.
No promises.
No promises. No.
That's very fast though. That's good.
Yeah, well, it's because we've done.
You've got a good track record.
Yeah, we've done all the tooling. I mean, that that the plastic miniatures are out already. We already own those, but the plastic buildings are already in tooling. So what we're looking to do with Kickstarter funds is fund a massive production run.
Yeah, you can't just get 30 casts of a plastic sprue. So
no. And seeing as each building's like it's like I think it's like 13 sprues of building stuff in the box. So that's a lot of sprues when you multiply it over however many boxes we're going to produce. So that's a lot of stuff.
That is incredible.
Yes, that's partially why we moved into a new unit.
For all buildings.
We've
got
extra,
for the building.
Yeah, we've got extra warehouse space. We've got a huge, we've got 1,700 square foot just for storage of buildings.
Just flex in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive. So, yep, it will be 26th
of October.
You'll be able to sign up and register your interest, which all helps with the algorithms and things beforehand.
Yeah, just go to greatescapegames.co.uk. There's a link there.
Yeah,
to go to
I'll pop a link under here as well.
Thank you.
And go have a look at the existing Dead Man's Hands and all the little sneaky peeks that they've put up.
Oh, and you can play Dead Man's Hand if you see us at a show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're at Partisan this Sunday, and then we're at Selwig in London in a couple of weeks, and then we're at Leeds. We're in Leeds at the end of October.
You do pop up a lot of places.
Yeah. Reading.
Oh, so the Kickstarter will be on while you're at Leeds.
Yes, it'll be starting while we're at Leeds.
Nice.
That'll be
exciting.
That'll be weird actually. We're doing it. Yeah, it'll be like signing people up on the day. Come and talk to us about it. We'll show you all about it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you will smash it.
Yes.
You better do, or I'll come for the ones that don't like fun.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you.